step a little away from the speaker. If you could direct your attention to the screen, we'll make this very brief. My name is Jeremy. We've lived here since 2016. My grandfather fell last spring and was really the catalyst for us exploring this a lot deeper. We've had this on the back burner for multiple years, but it wasn't ready until now. And what this is, we've all heard the tragic stories of someone going out for a walk, being found in their home a week or two too late, and these tragic stories no longer have to happen. And so what we've developed, thank you, is a service that offers protection from falling down, from home invasions, from dementia. We can set up a perimeter if someone with Alzheimer's goes past a certain point and we would get an alert, and much, much more. And it works anywhere in Mexico. Thank you. The device fits comfortably around your neck. We have different colors, and it is waterproof, so you can be worn in the shower. Thank you. If help is needed, you simply press and hold this button for 3 seconds, and your exact GPS location is going to be sent to our call center, and followed by a phone call with our representative to offer assistance immediately. The GPS location is very specific. We had a client last night that was in Jollyman, and I almost knew exactly what table he was sitting at, enjoying his spaghetti dinner. So the phone call would go something like this. It is. I was walking my dog and I've twisted my ankle on the ranch. Can you send help?
Yes, Jeremy, we can. Your location is on the ranch, and I am notifying security right now. Would you like me to also call an ambulance?
No, I just need a ride back to my house. Thank you.
Okay, I'll stay on the line until I'm on the line.
Thank you very much. And so communication is done completely through this pendant, so no telephones are necessary, which is a remarkable service, so that anywhere you go in Mexico, you're covered. Thank you. The coverage is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we have our agents, myself included, are bilingual to not only communicate effectively with our clients, but also with the local emergency services. Thank you. In addition, we have emergency medical dispatch training, which is a fancy word for the certification that 911 operators in the United States go through so that they can pre-assist you until the ambulance arrives. This means they have access to medical protocols, as we do for CPR, how to help with aspirin in the event of a heart attack and whatnot, so that we can help you and shorten the response time as much as possible. Thank you. We have different pricing plans, so we're flexible. We're more about helping than we are the finances. We want to make sure that everyone is protected, so we're willing to work with you and offer flexible payment plans to fit every budget, honestly. We're located right across from Rancho Market. If you're familiar with the entrance to El Dorado Ranch, directly across from the Oxo gas station, that's where you can find us, Monday through Friday from 9 to 4. And of course, we're outside to answer any specific questions so that we don't take up valuable time for the ranch. I will mention one last thing. Last night, I was able to have a meeting with Dr. Israel, whom many of you know, and he is going to be partnering with us in addition to the Baja Medical Center so that we can offer potentially, very soon, an ambulance service that's based near the ranch, so that response time will be almost zero. It will be equipped with normal Americanized equipment, so that you're not using cardboard and duct tape as a splint. And so he is also working, if you know, with the International Hospital downtown. He does a great service for local Mexicans that he provides care at no charge if people can't pay. So not only will the service be helpful for the Americans and Canadians, but it will also be helpful for the local Mexicans. So he'll be outside as well today to answer any questions. And I thank you for your time.
Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
Tell them about what you do for the Canadians when they have to go home.
So if they need to go as far as back to the U.S.?
They leave their unit here for the free.
Oh, right. So if you pay for a year, because that gives you the biggest discount, thank you, but you're only here for 6 months out of the year, then if you bring the device back to our office for the time that you leave Mexico, we will hold your subscription on pause. When you return to Mexico, we'll fulfill those 6 months. So basically, if you're here for 6 months of the year, then you'd pay for 1 year of service, but it would last 2 years. Does that make sense? So you only pay for service you're using. And I appreciate that. Muchas gracias, señor.
De nada.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you, Jeremy. I think so it was a very clear and brief but very understandable explanation. If you have any question, he will be outside waiting for the meeting to be over so he can answer any questions you have. This is the purpose of the ranch when we know about a new service that can provide comfort, security for the community, we try to present it to you. So he will be out there. Okay. The next point in the agenda is the meeting procedure. Many of you already know it, but I will again restate. I will make the presentation and the questions will be answered at the end of the presentation. For the questions, each person will take a turn at the microphone in front, stating your name, lot number, and your question. To provide an opportunity to talk for everyone, one question, please. Okay. The next one is the Administrator and Supervisory Committee. I want to thank the supervisors of EDR, Steve Kimi and Jones, Steve Peterson, Laventana and Mark, Dennis Lavin and Hans Walsh, and Las Villas, Marta Ruiz and Gary Lambert for all the hard work and continuous effort that they provide to the community during their period as supervisors of each of the HOAs. Thank you very much. We recognize your hard work. The next point in the agenda is to remind you of the public dates, reminder of the public meetings. Town hall meetings, the next one is in June 29, and the last one will be in September 28. Developers meeting, May 4. That will be the spring one, and the fall one will be in October 31st. GA meetings, November 1st for EDR, and November 2 for Laventana, Almar, and Las Villas. So this covers all the pending dates that we have in the year that are very important for all of us, because this is the best way to communicate to you how are we managing the HOA and letting you know what we are doing. January newsletter and February newsletter is the next one. One of the most important things is to get in communication with you. And this was an idea that the supervisors developed, and I think so it's working very well, because with each newsletter we can check in our website supplier, which is the most popular heating that we have in the web. And usually is the newsletter. It's one of the best accepted items in the website. So in this way you get to know how's going on, the new things that are happening, and whatever information. For example, in January and February we are doing it again, and in March we will repeat about paying taxes. Taxes is a very important part of owning your land in Mexico. Is in anywhere in the world you have to pay taxes. We don't like it, but we have to do it. For those who doesn't live here, that sometimes complain, oh, it's very hard to pay. In the website there is everything you have to know to pay your taxes online. If you cannot connect, Arturo here present at the computer in my left, he will answer to you. And I am speaking mainly to the people who doesn't live here, because the ones who are here 360 days a year, we know we can go downtown, we can go from January to March in customer service office, there is a lady collecting taxes, so it has been very easy to pay right here. For the people who is not at the ranch, they can do it online, or they can contact Arturo, and we will guide them by the hand, step by step, until they can pay their taxes. So that's a very important part. The other things that we put on the web is, for example, things that we are doing. All the presentations that I do in the town halls are there, so you can go and see what, if you miss something because you were talking with your partner at the next chair, you can go back to the video and you can check it out. The people who doesn't live here, that many of them haven't come back in years, they can see what has been happening. Like right now we have a full pickleball center. We have a tennis center. We are going to add more things. We are buying equipment. We are buying things to make the living easy and happily at the ranch. So the newsletter is out there. We are working right now. Steve is the editor of the newsletter mainly. Everyone can put a chip to it. If you have an article that you would like to send it to Steve Kimi, and he will put it on the newsletter. So this is a very good way of communicating, and it's working very well. The next item, let me get my eyes, is, okay, Las Villas Grills relocation. This is an important point that I want to comment to you because it's delicate. I'm going to read what I write. Because of the fires occurring in the condominiums area for several years, we received from the fire department a letter specifying the removal of the grills from the wood structures of the condos. This means that they cannot be attached to any wall of the main construction of the building. The law in this respect was changed in California in the year 2014. It says the same thing. They cannot be attached to the walls of the condo or the house if it is constructed in wood. They can be separated at least 10 feet. So we are working on that. The insurance company want to increase the insurance premium in 20%. When we contacted them to renew the policy this year, they told us, okay, we have been reviewing our damage fire in the condos, and right now we want to change the rules of the game. I said, okay, what do you have in mind? They told us 20% in premium insurance plus a co-insurance of 20%. So that's 40%. They will pay back only 60%. That will be not enough to construct the condos in the original shape. So we say, no way, we will look for somebody else. We tried, nobody wanted. Nobody. So we get back to them and we told them, well, there are certain things, we're turning our wheels in our head. We get back to them and we told them, guys, there are some things that you don't know. First of all, we're already talking with our property management companies. They are in contact with their owners and they are agreeing to do certain movements, to take away the grills, to do something different. So this will decrease the risk. And they said, well, we'd like to hear that. What else could you do? I said, well, do you know that we have a fire truck? Do you know that we have people trained to fight the fires? Or do you think that the fires extinguished by themselves? And they say, no, we didn't know that. So, well, we have equipment. We have people trained. We have a fire truck. We have hydrants in the streets. Plus, we are in contact with Pixham Fire Department or volunteers, and we are in contact constantly with the fire department in town. Besides that, they give us training and we can prove it to you. So they were like, wow, we didn't know anything about that. Well, now you know. Can we talk again and say, well, if you all do that, we will review this and we want to work with you because you're a good client. You are not just giving us the condos in insurance. You have equipment, cars, trucks, everything. So they said, okay, let's review it. We talked with them. Finally, they will make an inspection next week. They are coming on Wednesday. And we will do even a rehearsal of a fire. Yesterday, I don't know, maybe some of you noticed that our fire truck was running down to the storage area in the back. That was a trainee that we did specially for Wednesday. So they can see that our people is ready. You have seen it when the fires have struck, that the response is immediately. We told them that we have the water trucks with cannons and everything to fight the fires. So, and they are premium. We have been testing them each month. As a matter of fact, we don't let them, whenever we need, they will be ready. No, we check them each month. We make tests and everything. So, to let you know, we will have the final letter to send to all the owners of the condos. visit of the insurance company, which will be next Wednesday. We will be working with them, asking them when they will come, because as you know, it's mañana time, but finally they agreed to come next week, next Wednesday. So after that, we will send a letter to all the owners of the condos, and that will establish everything that we agreed with the with the insurance company. It has taken time, because it was not an easy discussion with them, I can tell you that. It was very tough, and Lalo and me and our broker were fighting the insurance company. But I think so finally we will get at least a fair agreement. And with this solution that we are proposing, that we'll send to you on time, because first they have to accept it. If they don't accept it, what do I present it? After they accept it and we agree, I will send to all of you. So this decrease the risk incredibly, very, very low risk of happening. Nothing is impossible, but at least we will be working towards that end. Okay, so this is about the grills. Safety and security. Well, we have been working with the certification of our security people. They are not anymore first responders only. Right now they are security people, security guards. We already certified 80% of our total staff. This is in what's the consistency of this certification. Before we hire them, we have to get their paperwork. They have to get a non-criminal record from the city. We send that to Mexico City through the Secretary of Security in Mexicali. We send it through them to Mexico City intelligence headquarters. So they run each people who is going to work with us in security. They are checked for criminal records all across the nation. If there has been sometimes common names, like for example, Jose Gonzalez. There are hundreds of Jose Gonzalez in the country. So sometimes they say, you know, this guy has a criminal record. First thing we check is the age. Because if our guy has 37 years and the other guy has 18, well, he's not the same Jose Gonzalez. So we have proved to them that it's not the same guy. But until they say, okay, you can hire this guy, then we hire him, he becomes a guard, and we start training him. In the first 3 months, we don't work with certifying him. We just train him. Because sometimes the people leave at 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. So why do we go through all the certification program just to say one day after, you know, the guy quits? So we wait 3 months. Once they are hired solidly into a company, then we start training the second phase. More or less at the 6 months of work, that's when we start their certification process. So on time, we will not ever be 100% because from getting one guy to hiring him and certificating him, it takes at least 8 months. So we will always have like maybe 10% of people not certified. But with the approval of the Secretary of Security. Until they say, they say you can hire him. When we train totally them, then is when we start the process. So we are getting more trained people. One thing I can tell you is I am very happy when Human Resources told me this. In 2017, 100 years before I wasn't here, 2017, in December, 20 people quit the security department. In December. This year, only one guy. So this has proved to them that they are valuable, that they are appreciated by the company, by the HOA, and by the owners. They like to talk to you when you cross the crossing points, wherever they are, the main Saltito Road or any other entrance or exit. They are always with a smile. And when you say to them, hello, how are you? Just that, they feel like, I am not just or a robot in the opening gate. No, they feel like persons. They appreciate your consciousness about that. So this is the security program. The collection and fort. Well, we have been working really hard. We have got very good numbers again this year. It's getting harder because right now, the more we advance, it stays the people who hasn't been living in the ranch anymore, or they have suffered the loss of their husband or wife, and they are not returning. Sometimes they forget to pay, etc. But we keep the effort going on, and we will. The next one is projects, the pergolas. We have done many by suggestions of the people who usually plays a lot in the pool, the activities pool. They told us, hey, there are so many pergolas right now, and we agree with that. According to the first draw that we get, there were even many more. But every commentary that we receive, we always take attention to it. We review our plans and the commentaries that we receive from Jorge, through the people, etc. So we are going to finish only 4 more in different areas. There will not be exactly where they are right now. One will be for the guys of activities, because when they are in the Carlos over there is saying good. Because they are in the sun all the time when their volleyball is going on. They are right in the sun, and it's not necessary to be in the pool than be in the side of the pool. So we will make one for them, and other ones in areas that there are not yet pergolas, but it will be like maybe 5, 6, no more than that. The pool's on deck. In the main pool there is a small area where there is a small area where sometimes you put the lounges, you can sit there, be in the water, but have the sun over you. We have potholes there in the finishing, and we were making the numbers to repair it and all that, but we think in another solution. Right now we are working in that, and it's a test. If it goes well, we will save a lot of money. If not, we will do the normal thing, and that will be the end. Road signals off-road in the racetrack. Well, we receive a ton of suggestions about the racetrack. As a matter of fact, one day Dick Peterson, one of the supervisors of EDR, came to my office and said, you know, Roberto, I received this from some person, and I went and I can't find the track. I was like, what? And we went with him, and we got lost. Yes. One of the things is that thanks to Tlaloc, the god of the rain in Mexico, we have had many rains in San Felipe. So right now we have flowers all around. We have shrubs that were never there. So we even lost the track. And for sure, if we are here and we know where it was, we lose it. Imagine the guys who come only for the weekend. They are lost even going out of the condo, especially with estacatas. But the real thing is that, so we went with Dick, Ricardo has a 4x4, so we went into even between the brushes and everything. Finally we found it, and we said, okay, we follow it. We end on Electric Street, which we shouldn't be. So we said, no, this is no way. We will not have to see more. We got back to the office and we said to Dick, okay, don't worry, we are going to fix it, we are going to redo it, we will clean it as much as possible, and we will put signs. Because they were signs, but you have to be an Indian trucker to find them. I see 2, only 2. Right now, we moved the entrance and the exit too. The entrance was by the side of the new parking area storage for off-road vehicles. So you have to go all around that, which was not practical. So we make a new entrance just before the guard. So they can, whenever somebody goes in, the guards see them. So he is prepared to see them come back by the exit. And another thing, they cross one of our infrared lines. So in that way we know it's getting crossed. The guard can say, ATC is crossing right now, don't come, no problem. In the other way, they will cross twice, and who will report it? There was nobody in the other area, so we sure could that once. And now we are sure that the one that comes in goes out. So right now you will see in the slideshow that we have signals there that we already put in the course. So, and there is a map too in the presentation that you can see that the court is away of any populated area. So if the guys stays in the course, they should not be running out into the communities. And if they do, well, they will get a fine. La Ventana del Mar. There are 20 lounges already in La Palapa, and there are 10 tables with 40 chairs. We are expecting to have more tables and chairs from Tecate, and we are planning to buy some more lounges. So the people who will come down this summer will have a place to go in La Ventana del Mar to be there and in nice area. Las Villas, we are working right now, more parking spaces and walkways. So we will be helping out to be less risky some areas that are, the walkways are getting deteriorated. And the parking spaces will help us more with Easter and the Baja 250, which is when we have the more problems with the parking. The next one is storms and roads maintenance. This has been a big issue after our friend Rosa came to party at San Felipe. After Rosa, we received many people very angry at the office, very angry with the girls, and demanding the service immediately. I prepared, with the help of maintenance department, 2 maps. One, which is going to show in yellow all the damage that Rosa did in the roads at the ranch. You will see that it's almost 85% of the total roads. Not counting the surrounding digging that we did years ago, which was very damaged. And another map, we mark it in black, the roads that we have reestablished since November to date. You will see the difference, and you will appreciate the big effort that has been done in repairing the roads. The girls have suffered some battering from people that was very angry. And I understand. We work in 2 fashions. The first one was to finish the main roads going to the whole communities, because they are the arteries of the body. That has to be done first. Second, we start with the secondary roads. And we started, the girls in the office start suggesting them, send a request for action, for example. If you cannot go in or out of your street, and it's only one street in your road, send a specific request for action. So we look at them in the map, we know where they are, because yes, there's only one house. We go and check if the road was really that you cannot go in and out. We send the grader, and they work it out. Not like giving it like a Santito road, but at least that you can come in and go out until we can finish the work. So that was the way we tried to comply with everyone. It was not very easy, I can tell you. It was very hard. There were many hard damaged roads. Well, we have to work, so we have been doing that. And I have a very good notice for you. You will see it in the slide too. Ricardo Perez, yesterday, who is our operations manager, he went to pick up a new grader, which has been our dream for years. We got a 2000 grader with very few hours of work, locked in. It has air conditioning, it has a reaper in the back. We don't have any reaper right now. So we have a very nice, good brand machine. Another thing, it's We got it at a very fair price, $140,000. We look everywhere. We even look in the United States, but the prices were, and sometimes the hours of the working machine were too high. So we have been buying equipment from this guy for 5 years already. And he has been providing good equipment. Why we buy this one? Because it was a need. The work that we have been doing on the roads have breakdown one after the other, the 3 graders we had. We have been repairing them, but it's costly. And they got brown very often because they were working like hell. They were working continually, repairing the roads. So I say to Ricardo, and to my financial manager, which is Lalo, Lalo, we cannot delay anymore this. We got to buy it. So we did it. And I'll show you it in the slide show. So right now you will see on Monday we will start putting red dirt in many of the roads, and we will do redo too the roads at the back end by Estrella that we haven't done something in many years. We will start doing there too. So we are going to put red dirt, and we are going to start working with the new machine and the other 3. Right now one is in the mechanic shop. As soon as it goes out, we'll have the 4 working. After a while, when we get level with the roads finally, we will try to sell one, the oldest one. This is a 2000, so it has 19 years already, but the other ones has between 30 and 40 years, so you can imagine. But we will start our program of changing them as possible. Okay, so this was Rosa. Unfortunately, the rest of the rains that we have been having hadn't been that heavy. As a matter of fact, the desert looks beautiful, but it lost our racetrack. Okay, I'm going to go for the slide presentation. I just have to make a commentary on that. When we put together the slide presentation, it was like 190 pictures. So I say, no, it's too much. It will take too much time. Cut it off. We cut it off until 127. Even with that, because of the roads and the roofs in the Las Villas, roofs, we have 21 slides of roofs, and roads we have tons. So I decided that I would propose to you. I will show you the maps, which show what we have been doing and what was done in damage, and I will show you 3 or 4 or 5 of the work road, and I will show you 3 roofs. But all the slides will be in the web page. So this is just to make it shorter so you can enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. And, but if you want, I will present the 127. I don't have any problem with that. Okay, I imagine stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to go to make the slide presentation. Okay, we will start our town hall meeting slideshow 2019 with El Dorado Ranch as always. This is a nice view of our pool complex. Adelante. This is the damaged roads. All the ones in yellow, you can see that the damage was very extensive. There was only here, for example, this is Altito Road. The ones that were in white, they were not damaged. So this is one small space here. This one was a larger stretch. This was another one. But you can see that almost all Saltito Road was damaged. The electrical was the same way. This part was okay, but the other part was wrong. So these communities, you can see that was not one street that was so damaged. In these areas there was some damage. This was same thing, but you can see that we have a lot of damage. And for sure the surrounding trench was broken in many areas. And that prevents the ATCs coming through the desert into the ranch. So this is like we found it after Rosa. We map it up, and our guys knows exactly all the streets in the community, so they went out with the map and they marked them in 1 day or 2 days. And then, because I think in this since the first moment that I know that Rosa did devastation here. Next one, please. This is what we have already done. You can see that still there are some communities, for sure, that we have not worked totally, but you can see that we have done almost, like I say, 80%. When we combine the whole ranch, it's like 65, 70%. But this is what we have been doing. You can see here, for example, we opened the main roads. We still have to do the streets, the little streets here. But we opened the main access and the main exit, so you can come in and out. We will be working more faster now with the new machine, and it will be a fourth machine, so we will have more work to be done in less time. Next one, please. This is Dorado 2. It was damaged like this. You can see everywhere in yellow. On very few areas that were not damaged. The rest all in yellow. Here was not damaged either. Well, it's not open yet. Next one, please. And here you can see the work that we have been doing. So you can see that same thing. We opened the main lines, we opened the laterals, and some streets we already did. The ones that where the more houses are located. And in some areas, for example, these ones, I can assure you that those ones were requests for action. Sometimes we even have to go and help with one of our trucks out of the sand, the cars, because they were stuck to the flat part of the car in the bottom. Next, please. Here is some of the pictures that we show. Here is the caterpillar working, and the way it was, and the way it ended up. We were working in several stages. Finally, we need to put red dirt, I can tell you that. That's what we are going to do it. Next. This is like they were, broken, with you can see that the water was running here very nicely. And here the same way in the curve. And here we already were working on it. Next. Here you can see more damage, different areas, different entrances. These are the entrances to the community. Same way. The lateral of Palos Verdes, it almost disappeared totally. It was totally destroyed, almost. So we were working hard on all of this. Next, and this will be the last one I will be showing. Here you can see the work done, how it was. And this is just a glimpse, because you can see that here we are taking a side picture. Here is a long, but if you go, it's very bad. Bring the telephone. We'll go to the next set of slides. Road signs. We received another request that there were many road signs that were not in their place. We look everywhere, we found them. Somewhere on the side roads, somewhere ones were behind a house, somewhere ones were in our storage. But we searched everywhere and we installed a lot of them, and we added the stop sign too. Next, please. Signs for racetracks. You can see that we were doing them brand new, and we were installing them with when they come in with property management companies, they are advised that if they go out of here, they will be in trouble. Next. Same thing with the entrances to the communities. They were faded, they were not looking good anymore. So, same thing. Your nice comments about why don't you repair these, they are wearing out, say, okay, let's do it. We do new ones, they look very nice again. Next. We repair the ones that get broken by Rosa. They were with straw bales, but right now they are done with more stronger materials, so they will long laster. They will last longer. Next. These boats are not anymore from CFE. They are ours because they are into our property right now, and so we reinforce them. In this way, they will last another 20 years. And we save the cost of the post and the cost of moving them and all that, so this is a good reinforcement. Next. The gate at Saltito Road, it works so much that it gets wear out very often. So right now we put a cement basement that make it long last. That's long. Okay. Customer service, receipt room remodeling. We find out when we sold the mold in the walls that the humidity came from the stairs that goes to my office. The joints of the tiles were worn out, or they look okay, but they were letting the water comes in. So that's where the mold come in. So we came in, took everything out, cleaned it out, and repaint it, and now it's finished. It looks like nice, like new again. This is the Palos Verdes gate water pump cover. Right now we are doing all these so they are protected from the elements and from anybody tinkering with it or whatever. So right now they look nice. Dog park, reduced divider. The dog park has been a very successful place. Many people take their dogs there, but something that in the beginning was suggested, but we thought at that time to let it go for some time to see what happened, was a divider from big dogs to small dogs. We know there's always bullying, so on time it was found out that the dogs that are bigger sometimes run over the small ones, or the small ones try to fight the big ones. There's some ego involved there maybe. But we decided to do it, so right now there is it. We use material that was donated by the developer. And we make another set to replace when there is broken one. Next, please. This is what I say. We repaired the stairs going up to, so all of them were recalced, and so now there's no more problem. We will review them from time to time. This is the security office where we check our guards when they come in, when they go out. As a process for security, when they come in, like when you go into a secure area, we search them with an electronic device, and we check their backpacks if they have no cell phones, for example, and anything that is not permitted. Next, please. Sorry, pardon. This was damaged by the rain too, so we repaired it. Right now it's like brand new. Garage container doors repaired. We did several. They were broken from the hinges. Right now they were looking bad. Right now they are brand new again. Security mobile tower. This one is here by mistake because this is in La Ventana, but this is by the beach. So the guys were, with this weather, they were freezing. So we put plexiglass over the sides, so right now at least they are protected from the wind, and that makes a big change. Next, please. HOA well door repair. with the use of coming the water trucks in and out, it gets damaged, the hinges go out, so we repair it. Next, please. Tennis court protection fence. These ones avoid the entrance of cars or motorcycles into the area to make it secure, because sometimes there are gatherings of tennis players and people who like to spend some time there. Next. Cool deck on pergola base. We are working still on the cool decks around the pool. We are very, very well advanced, but we are keeping down in them. Right now, they are getting in better shape. Next. Pool covers for main activities and spa. God bless that we bought them, because with this cold, the consumption of gas will hit, I don't know, a stratosphere. But right now we are preventing the cooling of the water a lot. Next, please. Main pool stairs repair. This one's what with rock that is not easy to get and it's expensive. So we decided to change it by Cool Deck 2. And it's working very well, so we save a lot of money there too. Next. This is one of this is the Activitus pool heating coil. It's for the burners to keep the water cold. It was rusted, it was already in need of change, so we made the new installation. Next. Concrete table repair. This table for some reason was cracked, was broken, and we fixed it. We paint them, all of them. You can see here the paint. They painted the wall 4 units, and we repaired the top of this one which was broken. Next, please. Main pool hydropneumatic tank installation. This was out of, it wore out. It was his normal life span, so we changed it. Same wood brand. Next. Water cannon tested. Like I told you, we test them each month. They are working well. Next. Grader 2 new blades installed. For sure, they were out with all the work we did. We changed the blades to keep doing the work. Next. Water top camera springs repair. They have extra work. It's same thing, working the roads with water in them to make the finishing, and sometimes the springs break. Next. Airbag for Pinnacle water truck. Same thing, we replace it. Pinnacle water trucks from new tires. Next. For Ranger, 4 new tires. Next. This is the new grader. You can see brand new tires, fresh painted, it has air conditioner, and here is the ripper. These will give us a lot of hours of work. Next. Security, we bought 2 new bow manometers, so when they go to attend an emergency call, they have the equipment needed to do their job. They can do this even before the Red Cross arrives. So this gives a very good information when they arrive. Next. Reactive stripes and lances for recometers and bandages when they are needed. Next. Security firefighting gloves and medical gloves. Next. We redo the seating and the back of the chairs, painting them again. We didn't buy new chairs, we just redo the ones we have. This one was new for the boss of security. Next, please. Infrared system, 3 new batteries. As I told you before, we are providing the maintenance right now. We are saving a lot of money because we were paying for this. We learned to do it. Right now we are doing it. Next. Security, radio antennas, clips, and hardware cases. These get damaged because of the use. When there is somebody that cracks them for bad handling them, they pay for them. Because we know how long they last. Next. 4 new radios. Next. This is, like I told you, we are training our people. This was a training in firefighting at night. You can see that they are equipped. They have their helmets, they have their masks, and they have their uniforms. And this was done with real fire. Next. This is fire rescue training. This was done last week. And they are taking somebody out of a roof. Different things, training with person. This was the theory. And same thing with the people who came from Mexicali. I can tell you that we are not paying for these courses. We are getting them for free. But they give us a diploma for each of the guys from our teams that take them. Right now, today, one guy from the fire department, which is an expert, arrived yesterday, and he is training our people today. Yesterday and today is like the simulacro that we did yesterday, the simulation of a fire. So we are training them constantly now on these issues. Next, please. This is a very important thing that I want to show you. There has been a lot of commentaries about people coming with wrong papers, passes, etc. We have collected total access passes from external workers. These are the ones that are registered to come to become a plumber, electrician, whatever. And we have retired 31 of them because they gave them to somebody else to come and do some work. We say, you know, guys, this is personal. If you give to somebody else, we catch you, you lose it, and you are not able to renew it until next year. So you will go out of work in the ranch for 1 year. So they think twice now to do it. Total car stickers. We collected 35. You can see that there were cars with 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. 2018, they are good until April 1st of this year. So, after April 1st, we will start collecting the 2018s. This is to make the people who is not paying dues pay their dues. Sometimes some guy sells his car and forget to take out the sticker. When that car comes in, we take it out because we see that this person is not a resident. The sticker is due. So we say, do you have your ID of the year? No, I didn't know. Well, first thing, the sticker comes out. If you are a resident, go to the office, please. Total of IDs. That residents, family, long-term rentals. Same thing, bad use. Some owners, instead of requesting a special pass, for example, there's a friend who is taking care of me, he's from San Felipe or she's from San Felipe, they come daily to see me. Well, don't give your ID, get a pass from customer service. State the case, it's a person that takes care of me, they look at me daily, they come clean my house, etc., etc. Get a special pass. Don't give your ID because it will be retired from that person. Total visitor pass taken out, 5. Total confiscations from April to December 2018, 88. So we have been pushing. And there has been fights at the door, I can tell you. But we will keep doing it. Next, please. Activities, New York party. I think so, it was very, very nice. Everybody looks very happy. Next. Employees Christmas party. This is when the kids come in. They have a beautiful time. They really appreciate this party. Next. Activities, new microphones. One I am using right now. Next. This is the track, the El Dorado ATV's track back. The one in the middle is the track. You can see that it's very long. Very, very long. And it's perfectly marked right now with the red arrows that you saw. And here is the gate. So they come in next to it, they go up, they take a right here, goes back, and they have to go by the same road. This is the electric, but they are on side of the car. If they try to go here, he screams, hey, no way, come back. And this is La Ventana, you know, radio 1, radio 2. But this is already marked. It's 89 miles of track. So I think so it's more of enough. 89 millas o metros, Ricardo? Yeah, meters will be too few. Well, I will check the number, but I think so. I think so it's big enough. Next. These are the rules that they are giving when they come into the ranch by property management. ATVs, motorcycles, off-road vehicles are not allowed to be driving in Aventana and Mark roads. It may only be driving on the main roads from the Escondo, etc., etc., etc. Same thing they are saying to the track. Only in the track you can use these vehicles. Next, please. Now La Ventana del Mar. Next. Same thing with Rosa. All the yellow roads were damaged, so 95 or 98. Only this stretch is in white because it's the main road and it finished here. The rest, from here to here, was totally destroyed. Next. And this is how it is right now. So we still have to get back, we have to do more work, but right now it's drivable. Next. In the Palapa pool bathrooms, these doors were very damaged in the bottom. They were stains in this part, and same thing in these ones. The bottom was very, very bad. Right now they look like brand new. Next. Palapa pool new lounges. All of them are around the pool. Next, please. New canvas installed at La Palapas Pass. So this season, when the people come in, they will see that they look very nice. Next. La Palapa and Transtop maintenance. Here is the guard. So when the people comes to show their IDs and everything, it will be a nice presentation. Next. Road sign wood bars. This is the ones that we put around the manholes in the roads so the people can see them. With the humidity and all that, they get broken in the bottom. Sometimes they are hitting in a sport that is called hit a red sign. And so they are breaking, so we have to always have new ones to install again. Next, please. Renovation of road signs. Here we are putting them. You can see this one was broken. So here they put it, I don't know why, but it's there. Maybe the stop sign was fluffy or something like that. Next, please. Oh, they were installing it. That's why it is. They were installing it, so they have to put a support while they stamp on it. Next. Road repair La Palapa area. Same thing. This is the area that I told you was very destroyed. We will put in sand. We were working with the machines. Right here we were filling. So at the end the caterpillar can come in and finish the work. Next. Bags installed for Rosa rain. We did this before the rain. Several areas of the ranch in La Ventana del Mar. Next. Erosion at area 2. You can see the water run. Here is a big dip, and now they were filled up. Next, please. Erosion area and area 2. Sand. There's no red dirt yet. Sand, but finished. Next. Erosion at Avenida Vista del Mar. Very deep. We have to fill it up too. Next. This is by the storage of Mi Casita. You can see the water bed that formed here, the inundation in this area, crossing the road completely, so you can say it was wrong. Please. Water leaks. We have plenty of these ones. You can see here, when they are from the meter to the street, they are from CESP. We call them, they come and fix it. That is not at the cost of La Ventana. They come and fix it, and they come very fast. When it is from the meter to the house, then we have to repair them. Next, please. Water power operator in Condo 56. You can see that here we have to dig like 5 feet, something like that. but we repaired the main the main pipeline. Now it's okay. Next. Electrical repair at area 2. Sometimes they get wearing out and they start making problems with electricity. We check them out, we fix them. Next. Electrical repair. Some of these ones got water, so we have to take the water out, clean them, and replace what was necessary. Here there was a fire in one of them, an electric shock. Next. 9 sewer manhole redone. We're working them in stages because there are many, but you can see how they were. We'll still have some more to do. We'll finish them. Next. La Ventana maintenance equipment. 2 new stairs, 2 water trucks batteries. They use 4. We put 2 new ones and 2 new electric cords. Next. Maintenance equipment, 4 tires for the truck 150. Supervisor's new radio and new wheelbarrow. Next. Las Villas. Las Villas, we know certain areas where the range goes and damage, so we prepare before they arrive. Next. Rosa erosion at Condo 54, you can see. Next. Rosa rain erosion at Condo 51. Next. Rosa rain erosion at Condo 60. Next. Rosa rain erosion at Condo 31-3. So you can see all the work that has to be done. Next. Another one, bríngate las demás. As you can see, we make big jumps in certain areas, but all of these ones will be at the web page. So if you are interested in seeing all the damage, please go in. Water leak repair at Condo 54. This is normal wear out. This is bronze that gets wear out on time. Remember that the condos have been there for more than 10 years. Next. Water leak repair, Condo 69. This was done by us. Next. Water leak repair, Condo 18. Next. Water main valve replacement. This was done by Cesco. Next. Condo 71, lamps maintenance. All of them were repainted, cleaned, and now they look nice. New parking space, another 2 parkings. Condo 38, 39. We are looking everywhere we can put parking lots. Next. Painted building, Condo 40. Las Villas pool security chairs maintenance. These are at Lapa Lapa. They were painted 2 years ago when we put them over there. Right now they need maintenance. They are nice again. Very well. And this is the repair of roofs at the condos. They were in total 19 roofs. So we will see 2 or 3 and then you can go to the web. Next please. You can see here and here is the same one, but different view. Next. Here and here, different areas, and here is another one. Next. 1991. Next. And this will be the last one. All of these ones, the ties are off because they have to be repaired. Bring that to us, please. This was used tiles repair at Condo 102 and 103. They were broken. I want to ask you for a favor. When the dish guys arrive to put your antennas, they don't care about the tiles. Right now we are doing security go with them. And if they break them, they will pay for them. But sometimes they come in and they don't say that they come for the dish. They just say, I am going to do a TV work with the owner. We call the owner and say, yes, they are going to do some TV work. But if you say they are going to install an antenna, the security guy will go down, and if he breaks the tile, he will pay for that. Because they don't care. Next. Maintenance, new compressor, Toyota Tacoma 4 new tires. Next. 2 new drills, 4 new buffers. These were worn out because of the whole work that we are doing in the roofing. Next. Circular saw and 2 new electric cords. Next. That's the end of the presentation. Thank you. One of the things that I want to repeat is I wanted to show this to all of you because I understand, like I said in the beginning, when your road is not good, you are mad and you are not happy. And I understand that. But when we see the magnitude of the damage that we receive, it's not just an easy say to say, it has been 1 month and you haven't done nothing. No, we have been working very hard, but it's so much that we haven't been able to do everything. So please be patient. I can tell you that our crews, as soon, if you just range tonight, the next morning at 6 o'clock, they are already starting up the water trucks and they are starting up the graders and everything to start working in the communities. Yes, ma'am.
Did you have some drivers that were out for medical issues?
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, the first 2 weeks, one of the main, thank you for that question, Bob. The main operator of the Caterpillar, he went under cataract surgery 2 weeks out. He come back, and the other guy, when he was coming down of the grader, he twisted his ankle 2 weeks out. So we were very lucky. So these things happen, unfortunately, but we have to deal with them. And that put off the work of one guy for 2 weeks, then the other guy for 2 weeks. That delays the work. So yes, these things happen. Thank you for reminding that, Bob. And so just be patient, please. We are working hard for you, and we will keep doing that. Now we go for questions. Yes, Mr. Ashford.
In one of the slides, you showed an ATV track on the mountainside.
Yes.
Can you tell me what that's for and how it's going to be used? Because I've had 4 calls from residents in the area asking me about it. I said, I don't know.
The course is open for anybody. In the past, before we put the infrared system on, everybody was running wild everywhere. And there were complaints all the time about, you know, there is a guy speeding at 80 miles from my street, crossing the green areas, everything. So, long time ago, even before I was here, this is not something that I created. This racetrack, for what I know, has been there for 15, 17 years. But nobody knew it, nobody hear about it or whatever, but only the people who was suffering the problems. Then, when I came in and we started working mainly with La Ventana problems, with extra people in the condos, with many, many issues, we start making the rules and applying to the property management. So we remember, as a matter of fact, somebody told me, well, there is a racetrack out there. I said, where? I didn't even know about that either. So they told me, there is a racetrack, I will take you there. And we saw it and said, wow, I didn't know it was here. So we start sending the people over there from EDR and La Ventana. When the problem with the ATCs invading the golf course becomes not, well, it was enough. Let's say that it was enough of damaging the golf course and everything. We say, you know, they are not allowed anymore in La Ventana. They will have to go, everybody has to go to the racetrack. The racetrack is to avoid the people going into the community. It's only for that area. They cannot go anywhere.
So they're going to be using it for racing?
Not racing, they are driving. This is not a racetrack.
And you're going to have a big backlash on that one from the neighborhood.
No, I can see them just going down by the side of the road from here to San Felipe. And I can tell you that some people is residents. I see many people going by the beach, which is prohibited because it's a federal area, and they go racing down the beach without helmets, children 5 years old, 7 years old, driving cars, and they do it too in the communities. When we found them, we stopped them. I have done it personally, and I have taken them to houses or condos and say, "Do you give this car to your child?" "Yes, he knows how to drive it." "And does he know the danger he is in?" Have you thinking that?
So where exactly is this thing? Between which sections?
I show it in the map.
Yeah, I couldn't
I
tell.
can give you a map.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I will give it to you so you can have it. Yes.
Is it on? It's on. Senior Islas, members of the community, good morning. My name is Earl Andrews. My wife Rose Mueller and I live in Hacienda del Sol. I think it was probably my letter to Dick Peterson that got much of this going. First off, we do not have ATVs and would not be riding them on the desert if we did, or on the racetrack. And Mr. Islas, I'm going to suggest that you change that name to an ATV track. Race is going to give the wrong impression. We walked that desert, and I will confirm that any attempt to try to maintain its pristine nature in the past has been an abject failure. There are so many tracks of off-road vehicles through that area, it's really tragic. When we heard about this idea of a track, our first question was why? Why there? I mean, yes, people have ATVs and they want to ride them on the desert or on sand or in something. But why does that area have to be the place? If in fact what we've done by banning them on the La Ventana side is to have them then go to the mountainside, well, we've just taken a problem and moved it from here to there, literally. Okay, we've marked the track. We've seen that. We've seen the entry to it. Two issues there. Really, if you think that having a more profound, more formal place for people to ride their ATVs is going to solve the problem, then what that suggests is that bringing more people to the track is going to improve the condition of the desert on the assumption that they're going to stay on the track.
Maybe make a commentary on that.
Well, let me suggest, sir, that the evidence at hand is that more ATVs will in fact lead to more degradation of the desert. If not, I think you have a fairly naive view of people riding the devices. And before your commentary, much of the issue that those of us in Hacienda del Sol have is, of course, security. There's the condition of the desert, but also the fact that prior to this discussion, we had people that were coming off of the desert on ATVs in through the neighborhood and exiting, however. Neighbors and we have walked and driven back and forth across your infrared line between the ranch maintenance building and the security gate right next to the new chain link fenced enclosure for the ATVs, and there has been no response, either from the guy at the guard shack or from anybody else coming as a result of the breaking of the infrared line. We'd understood that perhaps some of those towers were lacking batteries. It seems that nothing short of a berm across that road, right behind or to the south of the maintenance building, will prevent people from going in where they shouldn't. And until you do that, neighbors in Hacienda del Sol feel like we have an ongoing security breach. So I think you still continue to have, unless you burned it in the last week, two issues. Degradation of what should be green and protected space in the desert, and a lack of maintenance of security for the residents in Hacienda del Sol. Sure. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. One comment about the issue that it will become more popular. One of the things that I have been complaining from the property management companies is because of this reduction of acceptance of vehicles racers, ATVs, all these kind of vehicles into the condos, renters. They say, you know, we're going to lose renters. And I told them, wrong. You are going to get better renters. Because, do you remember when the people in San Felipe decided that spring break was the best business in the world? Yes, they got 10 years of spring breakers. And they lost all the good tourism. Until now, that tourism hasn't come back to San Felipe. I was here before, and I have been here after. I am still in contact with the people from tourism. Tourism in San Felipe has gone up, but only from regional tourism. That means Ensenada, Tecate, Mexicali, and Rosarito. United States, California, Arizona, hasn't come back yet. So, if we do not allow these kind of vehicles going into the condos, we will see a decline on there. We need time. This will not happen from today to tomorrow. Because if they, what are they going to do? They will go to some other areas, to some other resorts, to some other places. And there are thousands of miles over there to go, where they will not be worried about the rules that we are putting here. The other thing, maybe, and I haven't seen that because I check all the statistics in the rentals, I haven't seen a decline. They say, well, we don't have many people. Say, well, how much did you have last year in December, January, or February? Because I have the numbers. Check your numbers. They are almost the same. So where is the decline? The difference is that you are not having the racers, you are not having the trucks, you are not having all that issues that nobody likes, or only the guys who do racing. So we'll have to wait some time. We will make the burn. We will check the batteries over there. One of the reasons that we have not doing the response is because the guards are looking at them. Remember that we put a second floor in that gate next to, in front of property management entrance to La Ventana del Mar. We do a second floor so this guy can go up and he's looking when somebody crosses that line. So that's why I say, right now they are crossing right in front of him. So that's why there is not a car going down. He's looking and say, there, somebody cross, somebody cross. There is people. So he's seeing the people. That doesn't mean that we are not aware of the people crossing, which is different. But anyway, it's good that you tell us that maybe our batteries are low. We're checking them, but we will recheck them. And the other thing is, one of the things that it's a rule in the ranch is to protect the green areas and to work with ecology. As a matter of fact, we still have an ecology department. Why? Because we are in the high zone of the Gulf of Baja California, the protected area. So we have to comply with the rules and regulations of the Mexican government. This, as I said before, this was not invented by me. This was not the solution of the problem of La Ventana. This was the final resolution about, I agree with you, I thank you for the name of not racetrack, but ATV track. I love that term, because yes, race invites to race. So I agree with you. But on time we will see a decline there. The more houses we have, the less traffic of the kind that will be. But yes, I'll take into account all what you have suggested, and we will work on that. I always hear what you say, and we always act on that. I appreciate that. Yes, Ed.
Good morning. My name is Eddie Jones. I'm one of the supervisors for the Mountainside. This is, excuse me. This is Roberto's town hall meeting, but there's some information I would like you to know. The cost of living in 2018 for Mexico was 6.5%. We only asked for a 4% increase in your 2019 budget, and what he's done with that money is fantastic. I think they've spent it well, they've supervised it, they have quit outsourcing, they've trained their people to do the work that they used to contract out, and I think they've done a wonderful job. We lose dues and owners every year, so our budget keeps going down, but their quality of work has not gone down, and I want to thank him for that. And one other thing that I want to point out to you, which is very important, for the first time you saw that they were confiscating illegal passes into El Dorado Ranch. What you probably don't know was there was massive abuse of our visitor passes and our our car stickers and so forth and so on. What you don't know is, for years, there's been an Excel spreadsheet of every visitor's pass issued and who issued it, the dates in, the dates out, and so forth. Analyzing that Excel spreadsheet, we have identified owners who have been illegally giving passes to Peace Camp, Playa de Oro, and so forth and so on. So it may not seem important to you that they confiscated all that, but that's keeping strangers out of here that just were roaming free all over the ranch. Thank you again, Roberto.
Hi, Roberto. This is my first town hall meeting, and I really like the slides and the way that you presented everything. And I want to tell you other things, but I don't want to torture this whole room. So I'm just going to tell you the one thing that affects a lot of us. Down by the condos, the smell of the sewer or septic or whatever it is overwhelmingly horrible. It's embarrassing when we have company. And I know in the summer it's going to get worse, so if you could look into why it smells so unbelievably bad, I'd appreciate that. And you don't have to answer in front of everybody and take up time, but I just want you to know about it.
Give your name to Lalo. Can you take her name, please, and her contact number, so we can contact her later?
Appreciate it very much.
Yes, Tony.
Good morning, Roberto. My name is Tony Cuevas, and I've been here since going on 14 years this June. And I just want to mention something, Roberto, about you talking about taxes. There is a thing about us paying taxes here, and a lot of people here at the ranch pay, annual taxes. Now the money goes to Mexicali, correct? Am I correct on that one? Okay, do we get a high percentage, since we're doing all this paying all this taxes, do we get a good amount, fair share back to San Felipe? And wait, I'm not done yet. And the reason I'm saying that is because I've always said at the town meetings, and I've mentioned it, I've talked with Pat about it, and I've talked about making this town into a municipality. And we can take care of our own business here, take care of everything here in town. Because this is my town, I don't go back to the United States. I live here 24/7. I'm not like a snowbird, I'm here for 3-4 months and then I'm gone. This is my town. And I wanted to see about improving it because the roads, I'm sure a lot of you people know the roads in town are terrible. And I don't want to make any people here alarm anybody here, but I associate with a lot of people in town. I speak very good English, I understand it. I speak Spanish, I understand it very well. So I have a lot of friends in town. And a lot of things that goes on in town has to do with, I hate to say it, but I'm going to bring it out anyway, because like I said, I associate with a lot of Mexicans. But what's their main problem is too, is a drug problem, there's a prostitution problem, there's corruption, and they have a problem with illegal fishing. And I think all this stuff should be taken care of if we become a municipality. And I hope that will be something that will be brought up in the future for all you people, because this is our town, so we should take care of it.
Yes, okay. It is good to be here a long time. You have been 14 years old. 14 years here, I have been 34. I have been part of 3 municipality efforts to make San Felipe a municipality. It's not easy, there are laws involved, there is a lot of requirements. One of the requirements that is the most problem is if we will be enough sufficiently economically. Right now, the Jim Ingenio from El Padrino. He is part of one of the only association alive in San Felipe, which is the Consejo de Desarrollo Económico de San Felipe, and they are trying to do again the municipality effort. It's not easy. Rafael Navarro has been involved, Luis Cardenas has been involved, Manuel Dagnino from town has been involved. I can tell you 6 or 7 intents, still not happening. Yes, the roads in the town are very grown, but are you aware that 6 of them were fixed totally last year?
Oh yeah.
And do you know where the money comes from? The mine. From the mine. They put the money to fix it. And right now, the state is fighting them to get the money themselves, instead that they put them directly into San Felipe.
Right.
So that gives you an idea of the politics on this. Is corruption? Yes. I have said that we should be, doesn't leave this room. We should do it like Singapore. We get a corrupted guy, we shut him down. Singapore became from a trash country to one of the 5 tigers of Asia. And they did that. Maybe it's a very drastic situation, that's what I say, this doesn't have to leave this room. But it's true. There is a fight right now in Mexico. If you know who is Andrés Manuel López Obrador, he's trying to do that. He just uncovered the clog, the sewer in Pemex. And he is in very big danger, I can tell you. And he is doing some more things. But it's not going to be easy. The ex-president's not about that. But that's another story.
I got another question also.
Yes.
Okay, we talked, I think it was after Thanksgiving, and then I talked to you briefly, and probably after Christmas. And you had mentioned about something about we're going to have some good news by December 20th or by January 20th as far as investors. Do you have any, because you said hopefully by the meeting, the town hall meeting, you're going to have something to do with investors?
Well, not me.
Oh yeah, no, I know that.
It's Pat Butler. Remember Diana HOA? Pat Butler is a developer getting the investment.
Yeah, but you talked to him, right?
Yeah, I talked to him, but you talked to him too. And many of us talked to him. The thing is this, I talk with him about this almost daily. He gives me heads up, he's still working, there is another group involved, they want to do something, but still the money is not here. Until that moment, I can tell you that the moment something happened, the first guy who is going to come up here and say, hey guys, I did it, it's Pat Butler. He will know before me.
Okay, all right.
But at the moment that I know officially, I will let the people know too.
Okay, thank you very much. And another thing, people, if you don't mind me signing off here, I think it was a big issue. I think we should build tacos and not walls. Thank you.
Morning. This is still morning? So I'm Ross Wilk, and I live on the mountainside and have several properties throughout the ranch. I have really only 2 things to bring up, but I want to respond a little bit about the ATV course, which I recommend even track may have a bit of connotation, so lower it down even to course, perhaps, an ATV course. I think our additional solution is enforcement. As you know, I spoke out against the restriction of, not allowing people on this side or the renters on this side to use the pool on the other side. I felt enforcement was a better solution. And I lost on that, but I think the same thing here, rather than restricting further, having ATVs on this side, and then they can go restrict them from here, so we'll make them go over there, and now we'll restrict them from there. Just enforce that they have to use that track, stay on that track, and stay on the right speed. Now, I know that's easier said than done, but there are steps you can do to help do that. One of them I would suggest is those owners that live here and have ATVs of their own, for two reasons. If we can identify them better, we would know which one is an owner and therefore allowed to drive anywhere they want versus which one is a renter or not an owner and therefore shouldn't be allowed to drive wherever they want. And a way to do that many golf courses do is with a raised flag. It could be a flag with the El Dorado Ranch, logo or something on it. And that would serve two purposes. Number one, it would make them more visible. Some of these vehicles are pretty hard to see under certain circumstances. They're very small. So having a flag would make them more visible to all of us, including pedestrians. It also be a mark that you live here at El Dorado Ranch, so a measure of pride when you're in town and so forth. And it would enable us immediately to recognize a vehicle that's somewhere where maybe it shouldn't be, and we could report that. It would make it easier for the people at the gates to know who's coming and going, whether they should be on that part of the road or not on that part of the road. And it'd be easier to see them when they're on the track, even when they're down in a ditch and up high and so forth. You can see when a car is coming, because if you've ever ridden on any of these courses or tracks, I love to go off-road. And one of the dangers is, in fact, coming upon another vehicle when you least expect it. So, of course, I'm saying they won't have the flag, so maybe that's not a good part of that, but they should have maybe other flags. So anyway, that's my main point there is better enforcement, including in the condos, better enforcement of how many people are in each condo. As a side issue, when we get our money, I'd sure hope that we bring all the condo rentals into the ranch rather than having other organizations do it, because I think that's part of the problem. Other organizations have a vested interest in getting as many people as they can into an individual condo, whereas if the ranch itself handled all the condo rentals, I think they would have better control over how many people actually occupy a condo. Separate issue. But one last point. I'd like added to the El Dorado Ranch HOA website. We have many amenities here that we point out very well on that website. We point out the pools, we point out the tennis courts, we point out the bocce ball courts and so forth. What we fail to point out is that we have an equestrian center in the back of the ranch here. A lot of people, especially renters, don't even know is out there. So it should at the very least be listed somewhere in there as an activity. They do in fact have horseshoe tournaments and so forth that are free now and then. They have barbecues now and then. It's a wonderful place to go. Late at night they have a huge fire pit. Those of you that used to be Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts and you'd go up in the mountains, they have an outdoor fire pit in the middle of nowhere. They have fires there and you can see the stars, and it's just gorgeous. One other activity they've begun doing recently, once a week, and this is dear to my heart because I've visited the school several times. There's a school in town that is all disabled children, mentally and so forth, especially children. This school is just fabulous to go to. It was government money, and now it's individual funding and so forth. And we visited that school. They're amazing kids. And I mentioned to Lori, Lynn, at the time that this would be a great place for kids to come out. And she's done a lot of work with them, and now they come up. I think it's weekly to come up and ride the horses and do things that they would never normally do. But to get up safely and so forth on the horses, she's having a ramp built out of steel so that it's strong. And she's got volunteers to supply a lot of the materials and build it, but it's a much bigger project than they anticipated, and they need some money. So, and she hasn't, that I know of, she hasn't directly asked anybody for some money. So I would love to see the ranch have some sort of charity or something. It is an HOA facility, even though it's privately owned. But if the PAC has to deal with, we're all able to use it. It's like the golf course, okay? It's listed as an amenity, even though we have to pay to use it. But many of the events that are there, you don't have to to pay to do. So either the HOA have a charity of some sort, or just to let all of you know, if you're familiar with it out there, to maybe donate a little and help them out to get this ramp built for the kids out there. There's 11 or 12 horses, if any of you are horseback riders. There's 11 or 12 horses out there. Some of them big enough for people like me, which is rare, but you go on the stage, you can't ride a horse if you're over 250 pounds. I'm 255, so I can do it. And small enough for if you've got grandkids coming and so forth, it's a great place for that. So anyway, that's what I want to mention, and thank you very much.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
Every Tuesday, it's every Tuesday at 9:30. Can anybody go out and watch the kids and stuff, see that? Yeah, okay, so every Tuesday at 9:30 is when they're there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let us think about it. And yes, she's doing a great job with the kids. I know about that. I have been at the ranch, and it's a very nice facility. It's growing. It's getting better. And the size of the heart that they put in that ranch is not enough San Felipe to contain it. Okay, thank you.
One question, Roberto, just and I'll be done. It was been brought up in the last town meetings and El Dorado Ranch meetings, developer meetings, about getting a container. You have them for plastic, cardboard, but people were talking about getting a container for glass, because there's glass bottles all over the place at the dumpsters. There's bottles over there with the security office at number 1. They have a lot of bottles just all thrown right in that general vicinity. And I think it was brought up about getting a container for glass. So I don't know if that's going to be in the works.
Let me talk with the guy of ecology, because he's in charge of that, and I'll be back to you on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you all of you for being here. I appreciate it. I'll see you in June.